Hi everyone. Regular watchers of my channel will know I have no love lost with regards to Jeremy Hunt. To say I dislike him would be an understatement. But I've found another reason to dislike him. I mean, his track record on the NHS, I could list them off, but I'm not going to. You know what I'm talking about. He's a horrible, horrible man. So why is this another reason to dislike him? Well, this was in the news over the last couple of days. Jeremy Hunt to visit Burma after deeply disturbing UN report on crimes against Rohingya people. This is in The Independent. It says there must never be a hiding place for those who commit these kinds of atrocities, Foreign Secretary says. Well, why is this bad? Don't worry, I'll get there. Bear with me. Let's quickly read this page. Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt will visit Myanmar to seek answers after a damning United Nations report on the army's violent crackdown on the country's Rohingya Muslims. Investigators have declared the systematic targeting of the Rohingya to be a campaign of genocide involving crimes against humanity and war crimes. The Human Rights Observer said Myanmar's commander-in-chief and 5 other named generals should face prosecution for acting with genocidal intent. Mr. Hunt said the report was deeply disturbing, adding there should never be a hiding place for those who commit these kinds of atrocities. Well, you know what? Fair play. Why is this a bad thing? Bear with me, I'm getting there. Taking to Twitter, he wrote, deeply disturbing to read UN report on crimes against Rohingya people. There must never be a hiding place for those who commit these kinds of atrocities. Have decided to visit Burma to seek answers at the earliest opportunity. This sounds all well and good, doesn't it? It sounds like he's doing his job there, and it sounds like he's being a decent person. There's just one problem with this, though, and this is why it's another reason to dislike him. Because he's using this to say, hey, look how great I am. When the reality is that very same United Nations report, inside that very same one, they also, the United Nations, condemned the war in Yemen and said that all sides have possibly committed war crimes. And when I said possibly there, I'm using it in the most liberal term possible, because there have been war crimes there. There's siege warfare going on there right now. 1 million people, as I've said many times, 1 million people contracted cholera, 600,000 of those in children. That was in 2017 alone. It's the largest humanitarian crisis on the planet. Over 8 million people now are starving there. 22 million people face starvation by the end of the year. It is the largest humanitarian crisis on the planet that was condemned. The war was condemned in that very same UN report. And Jeremy Hunt has totally ignored that, which we are participating in. We are supporting the UK and the US. We are supporting this war. We are using Saudi Arabia as a proxy in it. And he's decided to say, hey, look how great I am. I'm going to go to Myanmar, which we're not involved in. This is what the coalition said in response. Yemen conflict, in response to that report. Coalition rejects United Nations Human Rights report. The Saudi-led coalition, i.e. us, in Yemen has rejected UN report which said some of its attacks may account for war crimes. The report contained many inaccuracies, the coalition statement carried by the Saudi state news agency said. In the document, United Nations human rights experts said they believe war crimes may have been committed by all parties. When there's no need to put may in there. They have. 40 children were killed. Over 50 people, including 40 children, killed in a bus bombing. That's not to mention the 22 that were killed in the 2 airstrikes last week that are covered, and the many thousands more innocent civilians that we are responsible for killing over there as well. That's not to mention, as I say, the 8 million people who are starving right now. And it's the largest humanitarian crisis on the planet. And Jeremy Hunt has totally ignored all of that in the United Nations report and decided to say, hey, I'm going to go to Myanmar. Look at me. I'm great. I'm doing my job. Go F yourself, Jeremy Hunt. You know what? I take that back. I take it back. I've just realised maybe he's made a mistake. Maybe he's got things mixed up. He has actually, got a fairly recent history of mixing things up. He said his wife was Japanese when in fact she's Chinese. Maybe that's the case. Just wanted to make a quick video on that. I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt there. We know that what Jeremy Hunt is doing here. He's using another disaster to cover up for the disaster that is our fault. That's what he's doing. Shame on him. Shame on the Tory government. I really hate you, Jeremy Hunt. If you like this video and you want to hear more, please click subscribe and click the bell down there as well so you get a notification of when I drop further videos. Otherwise, YouTube will hide it from you. Any future videos, they have admitted that they do that. We are facing an absolute onslaught, a barrage from both the corporate media and corporations who are trying to silence our voices. They're trying to stop us from bringing you the truth and cutting through the partisan BS that you get in the mainstream media. They don't like it. We're their competition. So if you can support channels like mine, please do so. Please share the videos wherever you can. Talk to your friends and family and spread the word about what we're doing. If you can support us on Patreon, please do so as well. The link is down there. You can support me for as little as $1 a month, and every bit helps. We cannot do this without your support. Thanks very much for your support. Until next time, peace and take care.